Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Lofi Network, Pisces Soul Tribe. I want to get into some general messages for you. And of course, anything you need from me can be found down below in the description box. Divine, what is the most important message today? Okay, thank you. All right, so we have the Hanged Man coming in first. Very interesting energy to start off here. I do feel like you're having a moment of enlightenment. I feel like this time in your life is a period for you to be able to rest easy, to rest in a stagnant state. And not stagnant as in you're not doing anything negatively. No, I feel like this is a season where people are needing rest. I feel like the earth as a whole is so intense. Everything is so intense. Everyone is so angry. Everyone is so mad. I do feel like maybe because I feel like the Matrix isn't just about work. I feel like the Matrix is everything as a whole. And I feel like what you are being set apart away from is peace so that you won't lose your mind like everyone else is. Divine, tell me about the hangman here. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's something about you doing something for the long haul. So let's just say that while the whole world is going crazy and while everything else is going on in the world, you did the work prior to this. And let's even talk about even pre-COVID. Maybe you've been working for quite a while, with this King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles is about stability, but also look at this man, old, not old and gray, but very gray. And generally gray is sometimes unless genetics plays a part, is a signification of age and how long you've done a thing. And I feel like you've been at something for quite a while, especially even with the hangman coming in. You've been at something for quite a while. And I feel like a lot of you all could be looking at it's something to hear about work. A lot of you all can be looking at work differently. The King of Pentacles is a hard worker. This is someone you can depend on. This is something you can rely on. And I can even imagine how much people tug and pull at this type of energy, especially if you're this type of person. And let's not even talk about being in a leadership role and let alone entrepreneurship. Divine King of Pentacles. What do we need to know about this king? Okay, we have two. Yeah. So we have the Six of Swords, and then we also have the Seven of Pentacles. There's something that you've been very diligent about. You've been very diligent. You've been very faithful to this. And I feel like you are being guided in a particular direction with this Six of Swords. Six of Swords is forward movement, but it's also some form of clarity in which direction and steps you are taking next. I feel like maybe you don't know what the road lies ahead, but I do feel like you are trusting that the divine source God will get you there as you need to, especially with the Six of Swords here. Divine, tell me more about this Six of Swords, because I do feel like you're being guided in a particular direction. This could be guided to rest. This could be guided to come out of a state of rest or to come out of a state of stagnancy. Thank you. That took a minute, huh? So let's see. Okay. So we have the Ten of Wands. I do feel like it's something about you leaving your hometown, because I feel like with the King of Pentacles, this is somewhere you've been for a while, but I do feel like this stagnant energy is definitely about to lift off here. I do feel like it's about to lift off. I feel like you've done the work. You've been dedicated to something. Maybe you weren't seeing any growth in a particular area of your life with the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So I do feel like you're being guided to move forward. Divine, tell me about this Seven of Pentacles. Was there growth or was there stagnancy? Because I feel like something, yeah. So we have the Seven of Wands. I feel like this is also some form of protection. You protecting yourself, you protecting your assets. So whatever it is, something has caused you to stir up something to maybe even want to move, relocate. But it's something here about a movement, possibly even to protect your peace. But I am getting this energy of, generally, there's this saying that people are not welcomed in their hometown, especially when you set off your sights to be some sort of figure who's prominent, maybe even in the social networks, and fame, celebrity, all of that stuff, they move away, for their hometown to go after certain dreams. So I do feel like maybe you were dedicated to something for a while. You realized it wasn't working out in a particular area or particular space or even location. So you were guided, you prayed, you asked Spirit, what do I need to do next? What do and then Spirit said, hey, look, in order for you to grow, you're gonna have to move. Okay, Divine, this 10 of Wands moving forward. What else do we have here? Yeah, because something is just going to continue to be a heavy load and a heavy burden, and it's not going to profit you anything. And we have the Star. Literally talk about moving from your hometown, and we have the Star that comes out next. So I do feel like a lot of you all are going after dreams, your goals, your ambitions, your drive. Unfortunately, for a lot of you all, the reason why you have not seen growth is because you won't move. You will not move. It's something about you being stubborn. You being stubborn is not going to bring in your manifestations, your blessings, because you have to move. I'm sorry. Divine, the Star. Yeah, you're being called to move because I feel like I understand it's a lot that happens in the unknown, but I feel like it's conflict. 5 of Wands, literally, you're having conflict with your dreams, your goals, not because you're doing it wrong. I don't feel like you're doing it wrong at all. Your dedication is solid with the King of Pentacles. It's just something that is conflictual here, and I do feel like it's people. With the death and the rebirth, something's about to happen though. This change is necessary in order for you to see growth in your life. A lot of you are going to have to relocate. That's not going to resonate for everyone. If you one of those stubborn people, continue to be stubborn and continue to not get anything. Okay, but a lot of you all have asked for a sign. You've been asking for direction. You've been asking for some sort of guidance. So if you've been asking for confirmation on if you should move because you feel like something isn't working, here's your confirmation. Now, if you ignore it, that's all on you because free will is the thing. But let me remind you, 77 was the confirmation. I feel like a lot of you all have been seeing 77 or you've been seeing 7. If you want growth, you're going to have to move. Divine, what is the conflict with the 5 of Wands? Decisions and choices. We have the Lovers. And is this Lovers the choice or is this people? Because somebody could be holding you stagnant here as well, but I'm not getting in the energy of someone but you. I feel like it's just all in the choices at this moment that we choose to make with the Chariot. You need to make a solid decision with the Chariot to move forward. I don't know if y'all seeing all these synchronicities and confirmations, but the story is literally unfolding as I'm saying it. And no, I am not influencing the cards. Somebody has really been in a space where you're being called to move. You probably have been seeing a lot of airplane commercials, even Jet2 Holiday. That's, like, maybe you need to take a vacation for a second and then come back. But I do feel like this is more so forward movement, forward progression, because with this Chariot coming in, I feel like once you make the move, once you make the choice to move, you're going to be an unstoppable force of nature and no one will be able to bring you down. I feel like the moment you get somewhere, you're going to pick up momentum. We have 2 stallions here. Something will be in balance for you, black and white. The total opposite contrast, but there's balance here. And even the way you do things is unique. You have the rider that's on the rider that's on top of the carriage without reins. Like there's no reins on the horses. Like this person is allowing to let life take him where he needs to go. Okay, Divine, tell me more about this Chariot, this forward progression. And we have the Magician, literally speaking on your manifestation, speaking on your desires, your goal. You have the capability of being able to create whatever you want to create. And I literally mean that you have the capability to be able to manifest whatever you want to manifest. Sometimes it's just literally all in the location. It's all in where we are. Sometimes you don't even have to move out of the city. Sometimes you need to move to a different part of the city because the things resonate with you differently. Also, if you all have not done your birth chart gives you geographical locations and placements on the possibilities of where you would even flourish. So definitely check that out. If you look in the description box, I do have a birth chart for Astro Seek, I believe it is. So definitely check that out. I did it and Honestly, I'm not in a bad location, but I need to take my own advice and probably move myself. So this is for me too. So let's just see. Divine, tell me more about this magician here. Uh-huh. So we have the King of Swords. I feel like once again you're very skilled at something. You're very knowledgeable at something. I feel like you just need to consider the possibilities. Consider that maybe you need to move. Consider the plan. Consider the structure of that move. King of Swords, very intelligent individual, very methodical individual. This person does not move or execute something without a plan. So I feel like a plan of action is being manifested for you. Then we literally have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So at this moment in time, with the Eight of Cups showing up here as well, there is something that you need to emotionally detach from. You need to detach possibly even from the outcome, detach from your physical place, and detach from all things that will possibly even hold you back or hinder you from getting where you need to get. Like, I feel like in this moment, the only person that is stopping you or that will hinder you is you. And no, I'm not saying that if you choose not to move that you won't be blessed and you won't have the desires of your heart. What I'm saying is you will align better. You will feel better, like literally feel better about your placement once you make that decision. Okay. Divine, last few messages here. King of Swords. And we have the death and rebirth. Literally, this is something that you possibly have been prompted to do. I feel like this is almost like a figurative life or death kind of situation, and more so life or death in your manifestations. But with the King of Swords, I'm also hearing life and death is in the power of the tongue. So a man thinks, so he becomes. So once again, if you are one of those type of individuals who know you have to move and you're like, oh, I don't have the resources, and no, I don't have to do this, before you make that come out of your mouth, I suggest that you petition your God and you make your request known. Make your request known, because if this is something that you feel you need to do, your feelings don't care about what you got in your bank account. Your feelings don't care about what you have in your bank account. Your feelings are about the willpower. Do you really truly have the desire to do this? So get your feelings out of this. Come out of your feelings. Come out of your feelings. And let's get this thing. We need to think. So this is all in the mind. Eight of Cups, walk away. Come up out of them. There's something that you need to walk away from. And no, maybe this is not a person. I mean, maybe this is not a place. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's a work situation. Divine, this death. Tell me about the death lastly here. And we have the Tower. You are literally being called out of a situation. Are you being forced out of it? No. Once again, free will. You're being called out of a situation, Ace of Cups. Something is new waiting for you. Some new feeling, some new exuberance, some new manifestation. Even though no wand, that's not a wand, but it's something that will match and complete the desires of your heart. So do you want the desires of your heart, or do you want to continue to whine, moan, and complain that you don't have anything? So once again, sometimes we're relying on other people to get us to where we need, and other people to do what we need for us. And it's not a way to live. It's not a way to live, especially if you're completely relying on other people more than you are relying on yourself. I feel like it's a direct insult to God, especially if you I'm not even going to go there. But anyway, that seems to be what the message is about. You need to move. And in the no, I ain't gonna say that. That's just too much. I was gonna bring up ludicrous, but it's too early. But yeah, I feel like let's not ignore what the inevitable, because I almost feel like it could be inevitable, because it could be one of those kind of situations where you are being called to move, like you literally have to move, and you'll be stubborn, and then the next thing you know, maybe the apartment complex that everyone lives in is about to be foreclosed, and everyone will have to move. So I feel like things will happen to let you know exactly where you need to be. Okay. There's a light in you, and I feel like that light wants to shine. And sometimes we have the tendency to let past situations dim that light. Do you want to do that anymore? I don't think you want to do that anymore. I feel like maybe this move, if that message resonated with you, this move is exactly what you need. And maybe you need or want more insight on that. And if you do, check out our sponsor, Psychic Source. Click that link down below in the description box. Use my unique code JMarion, and you can get up to 40 minutes of clarity and insight for only 1980. So you won't break the bank. You will have plenty of time to ask a few questions and get some clarity. And if you're not satisfied with any of the insight that you got or will receive, you can get your money back. Okay? Check those details down below in the description box. And now, on to your reading. Divine, can you clarify and confirm the last reading for me, please? Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. Yes, so this is the manifesting queen. I feel like there is action that is getting ready to take place concerning your once again where you go, where your abundance, what you wish for, what you dream of. I feel like it's all about you, especially with the Empress here at the bottom of the deck. Divine, the Queen of Wands energy. Okay, thank you. And we have the Two of Pentacles. It's time for you to make a change. Two of Pentacles is a juggling type of energy, but it's also an energy that speaks to change. And I feel like the changes in your life are going to be very significant, because I do feel like in some ways a lot of you all are overburdened. I feel like we are all going to have a crossroad moment where we need to make decisions that are conducive to the conditions of our lives. And especially with everything going on, it seems like so much is outside of our control, and I feel like it's time to take the control back, at least the control over your life. Divine, Queen of Wands and the Two of Pentacles here. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So 2 and 3 as a chronological synchronicity. 23 could be very significant for a lot of you as well. You could be young as 23, or you could even be 32. So I do feel like what's happening now is there's a new foundation that's being built for you, that's being sold for you, because I feel like that old way of being and that old way of thinking, it didn't work. It's not working. And I feel like that's what you need to do. You possibly need to start over from scratch with the Two of Pentacles as well as the Three of Pentacles. Divine, tell me about the Three of Pentacles, because yep, and here goes that Death card. So yes, it's time for you to do something different. This is literally speaking to change, the beginnings of many different things. I feel like it's time for you to put that action, those plans into action and get the job done, especially with this Queen of Wands coming in. Divine, tell me more about this Queen of Wands here. Okay, and we have the Chariot. It's time for you to go. You've been hesitant for way too long. It's time for you to go. I feel like that's just definitely the confirmation that you need. Some of us need a kick in the ass. And hey, maybe this is your kick in the ass. So I feel like it's time to go. It's time to move. It's time to put those things that you worked for into action. Because a lot of you all have very abundant energy. I want you all to understand and know it's not always about what's in your bank account. Because I know people who have a lot of money in their bank account, or who had a lot of money in their bank account, and they're literally still in the same position that they were when many years ago. Same position, doing the same thing. Divine, what else is here? It's time to change with this Death card, Divine. And we have the Seven of Wands that's coming out again. Yeah, I feel like you are literally about to get what you prayed for, what you asked for, what you meditated on with the Seven of Wands, what you've been protecting and what you've been guarding. It's time for you to do that. And with this Eight of Cups, it's time for you to walk away from that old way of being, from that old way of doing, from that old way of thinking. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's time to do something different. Divine, what else is here? Thank you. Okay. And we have the Four of Wands. It's almost like what this is given is the moment you take those steps to make the necessary movement or motion in your life that you know you need to, that you know you've been called to do, you will see progress. You will see completion. And that doesn't mean that it will happen instantaneously. You will see progress and then you will see completion, especially if you remain consistent to something. Divine, tell me what this Four of Wands is about. Thank you. And we have the Temperance as well as the Eight of Swords. So I do feel like this is coming in because there needs to be a shift with this Temperance and the Eight of Swords. No more stagnation, because that's exactly what this is giving me too. But I feel like the Temperance is coming in to bring about some sense of change. I feel like there's been time that has passed by. I feel like you had a lot of patience about many different things and you had to wait. You remained still for a while, maybe even bothered that maybe something wasn't going to work out or that you weren't going to receive a message. I feel like you're going to get something right in the nick of time, and then you'll land exactly where you're supposed to land. Okay, then I can have one more confirmation, please. Thank you. Okay, and we have the Hierophant. Yeah. So contracts, this could even give me you going to see a leasing agent, because the Hierophant is about contracts. It's also about establishments and, things of that nature. But I do feel like what is happening now is you're being called to do something. And I feel like that's going to be done in order. But not only is it going to be done in order, I feel like you're going to have the necessary resources to get you where you need to go. But I also feel like contracts are going to be very significant. So maybe it's time to start looking into leasing offices and home ownership and different things like that, because it's time to make a move. And I feel like you're not waiting on the divine is waiting on you. Okay, Pisces Soul Tribe, that was your reading. Hopefully this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you could use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box, including our sponsor, Psychic Source, because clarity is a thing, especially in this day and age. And why not get it without breaking the bank? Details down below in the description box as well. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day, and I'll see you on the network. Bye, guys.